The other railway on the island of Sodor was closed for a very long time. It became abandoned and was never used. There were no trains, nothing. Just a closed railway called the narrow gauge railway. James became worried when he saw the narrow gauge railway closed and abandoned for a very long time. One day, James wanted to talk to Sir Topham Hatt about the closed railway. Sir, do you think it will be possible for you to reopen the narrow gauge railway? Why would I open the narrow gauge railway when there's no narrow gauge engines? Because the railway hasn't been opened for a very long time, and I'm worried about that. I'll make that decision. Sir Topham Hatt was at his office thinking about his decision. He then came back. I will open the narrow gauge railway if you can find a narrow gauge engine. James was delighted. I'll never let you down, sir. And he was off to find a narrow gauge engine. He searched at the bridges, and he searched at the tunnels. He searched everywhere, but there was still no sign of the narrow gauge engine. James looked everywhere, but there was still no narrow gauge engine everywhere. Oh, great. I'm never gonna find a narrow gauge engine. Wait a minute. That's it. I'll get to England, to the scrap yards, to see if that narrow gauge engine is there. So James was off to get to England to find the narrow gauge engine. He raced past the junction, past the station, and he soon arrived at the bridge. This won't take so long. I got plenty of water to get there. So James raced as fast as he could. England was a long way away. But James didn't care. He just kept on puffing. It was almost night time. James had just made it. James soon came to the scrap yards of England. There was the little engine, standing on a freight car. Excuse me, are you a narrow gauge engine? Oh, yes, I am. Well, you're going to see a beautiful narrow gauge railway, and I'm gonna get you out of here. Oh, thank you. James was coupled up to the freight car with a little engine on it, and starting at tender first, James and the little engine were soon getting out of the scrap yards. James got back to the bridge along with the narrow gauge engine. I gotta get back to the island by daytime, so we must hurry. James and the little engine were halfway there. Morning had already arrived. James and the little engine had just made it. James and the little engine arrived at the narrow gauge railway. We're here. Now I gotta get to the sheds. See you later. James arrived back at the sheds just as Gordon, Percy, Thomas, and Henry were already awake. Hey James, where were you all night? Oh, somewhere.
Let me guess. Trying to find a narrow gauge engine so that Sir Hatt can reopen the narrow gauge railway?
Yeah. How did you know?
I just guessed.
Just then, Sir Topham had arrived at the sheds. What's all this commotion about? Beg pardon, sir, but we still need a narrow gauge engine at the narrow gauge railway. You're all right, Thomas. We still need a narrow gauge engine to the narrow gauge railway so I can open the railway. But sir, one made it to the narrow gauge railway. Indeed, you're right, James. Thanks to you, I can now open the narrow gauge railway. Sir Topham had soon opened the narrow gauge railway, and the little engine was working his hardest. The engine's name was Skarloey, but everyone calls him the Little Engine.